Now we're cooking. It's the coach. You're watching Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point. But, boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson, and his first look is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check the backer.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He'll drop to throw, and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week, 18 carries, 54 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench to tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
On third down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
It's been quite the evolution for Stephon Diggs because when he came out of high school, many thought he was the top prospect going into college football. Didn't have quite the career that was expected and actually got drafted lower than what many people thought. But, boy, is he playing to a top level now while he's in Minnesota.
It's complete to Hopkins. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's got his man on the crossing route. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Oh, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They run it with Carson. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Throwing is Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line.
Switch up, switch up.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The starters defensively now for the Seahawks. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
1st down, here's the run with Cook.
Switch.
There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 22 carries, 79 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
False start, offense.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gross. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. They'll look to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That's how we do it.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 35. We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Back to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
That'll be taken in the end zone. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Now it's Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense heading back out. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hey, let's go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Dillon. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And an alley to run. Sutton. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Cook following the penalty. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Boom! That's how we do it, baby.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
Started to look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On first down, Hines, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
I'm going to hit you all day.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. The catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6. It's complete to Diggs. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lamb. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Morgan. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Carlson is good, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now it's Wilson. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Morgan now, operating from the gun. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Back to throw. Morgan. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They run again with Carson. The limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Again, it's Cook. That 2nd down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. Here's Morgan off the bootleg. It's complete to Hopkins. A big play there for Minnesota. 44 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. Morgan looking to throw on 2nd down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
They'll run it. Here's Cook, and he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They needed a yard. They got it. 1st down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
60 outlaw. 5-4.
They run again on 1st down. Cook, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now Morgan to throw on 2nd down. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion, and sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Carson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
This is Carson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. On second down now, it's Cook looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On the delay, here's Hines. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Looking to throw on second down. Morgan. He finds Hopkins complete. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. To throw is Morgan. From the gun, he'll throw. And that will be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
From just shy of midfield, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Draw play. This is Hines. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
On first down, Wilson. And this one's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Wilson will throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here. And now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And now out comes Minnesota. That turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Morgan now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Morgan. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Here's Morgan from the gun on third down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Now Wilson down around his goal line. And that is incomplete. The Seahawks on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 9. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Over the middle, complete. That's Gross. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now Cook. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a carry for Dillon, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So that one will be accepted. Morgan off the play fake. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Now it's Lockett. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the gun, it's Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Now Wilson on first down. That's complete. It's Collins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. This pass complete to Reynolds. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Hines. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A throw over the middle taken in. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Wilson, and this is going to be incomplete. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. 4th down, here's Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll run on 1st down. Carson, and boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down, Wilson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Carson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. They run it again with Cook. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Face mask. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Cook, and he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Offense.
Ready? 30 base. Keep playing hard. Heavy.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On the run, it's Peyton. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Minnesota, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.